Hello everyone and welcome back to another Star Wars figure review. Today we're going to take a look at some more figures from Hasbro's 3 3/4 inch line of the Black Series. This time around I'm going to give you a look at a figure that was first released as part of the Vintage collection way back in 2010 as part of the very first wave of that line. One thing to point out in this review is that it's really cool that Hasbro has re-released this figure, as it wasn't that easy to find during its initial run. And a lot of fans and collectors didn't get a chance to add this one to their collections. So a big thumbs up goes out to Hasbro for re-releasing this guy and getting him back out there. And the same goes for some of the future figures to be released in the Black Series line. Figures such as Darth Malgus and Starkiller that were very hard to pick up during the Vintage collection are going to be re-released as part of the Black Series. So it's nice to see some greatest hits figures making their way back onto store shelves. The figure I want to give you a look at in this review is currently available in stores now as part of Wave 4 of the Black Series, and it is this guy, Dak Ralter. Many of you will know Dak as Luke Skywalker's Snowspeeder co-pilot during the Battle of Hoth in The Empire Strikes Back, and he is of course the pilot who shouts out the famous line, "I feel like I could take on the whole Empire myself," which doesn't quite work out very well for Dak in the movie, but you know, spoiler alert for those of you that haven't seen The Empire Strikes Back, which, if you haven't, I'm not entirely sure why you're watching this video. One thing I just want to mention before I jump into the review of this guy is the figure I'm showing you on screen now is actually the very first release of this figure. I haven't picked up the Black Series version, so the one that I'm showing you is the Vintage Collection release. However, what I can tell you is that there are no differences whatsoever between the current Black Series figure and the Vintage release that was brought out in 2010. One of my main reasons for doing this review is because when I first reviewed Dak as part of the Vintage line in 2010, that video wasn't in HD. So Dak's re-release gives me a chance to re-review this figure in HD and give you guys a better look at it. And hopefully that's something I'll be doing with some of the future releases of you know, the Black Series that are re-releases from previous lines. So with that said, I don't have the packaging to give you a look at with this figure, so what we're going to do is jump straight into the review. So as always, we're going to zoom in on this guy and get a look at him in some glorious close-ups. So what I'll do first is I'll run through articulation on this figure, and then we'll talk about the features and accessories. So first and foremost, this guy does indeed have a ball-jointed head. He has hinged shoulders and elbows, swivel forearms, a ball-jointed upper torso, has swivel hips, hinged knees and hinged ankles. This figure is primarily based on one of the Evolution's Rebel pilots that was released back in, I believe, 2008. You may remember the Evolution's packs were a series of 3 action figure packs, and they included you know, an evolution of characters throughout the Star Wars saga, and one of those packs did consist of Rebel pilots. So the body of this figure is taken from those sets. The head underneath the helmet is brand new, and the helmet is a mere repaint. Some of the weapons that are included with this figure include a blaster pistol, which you can see close up there. Very nice design on that pistol. And he also comes with a large, heavy assault rifle as well, neither of which we see Dak actually use in the film, but it's nice of Hasbro to include those for added play value. Obviously the helmet can be removed as well. You've got some very cool blue Rebel Alliance insignias on the top of the helmet there, and also some more decals on the side. And as I said, the helmet can be removed to reveal Dak's head underneath. Now, we don't see a lot of Dak without the helmet in the film, so take the head sculpt for what it is. I don't know why, but on this one it looks a little bit wonky. You know, it looks like he has a lazy eye going on there, but it's not a bad head sculpt by any means. So I'll definitely take that as a solid effort by Hasbro. As you can see, he has been sculpted with all the appropriate gear on the flight suits. You've got the chest box on the front, the pipe leading down from that, you've got the belt, the flight harnesses, even the ammo pouches on the boots. Very nice detail all round on this figure. This has the flight cap on the head and the padded collar around the neck as well. So great figure. Definitely one that I'd recommend picking up if you have Luke Skywalker's Snowspeeder. Obviously, you can recreate those scenes from The Empire Strikes Back when Luke and Dak attack the AT-AT walkers. So all in all, a fantastic figure. Once again, really cool that Hasbro decided to re-release a rather hard to find figure. The original vintage release does go for quite a fortune on eBay these days, so it's nice that we can pick this one up at retail price. So once again, I want to thank you for watching this review, and I'll be back to give you a look at some more Black Series figures very soon. Until then, I hope you enjoyed having a look at Dak Ralter, and until next time guys, keep collecting, may the force be with you.